Hello, everybody. Tim here. Going to give you guys a breakdown on Game of Factions 2023, what's going to be happening. We've talked a lot about it. A lot of you have already participated in the matches that are going to be airing starting today, actually. But I've been saying for weeks that I was going to record something to explain everything to you, and it kept getting put off. Life is busy, but I'm trying to stay true to my word and get the video out before the part 1 of Game of Factions airs today. So here's what's going on. The way that Game of Factions is going to work, we wanted to shake it up. It's a thing that people enjoy doing, a thing that I think people like playing in, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work on the writers, the hosts, the editors, and the players and the factions themselves. So it is a big undertaking, but I think the final product is always very good and very fun, and so we wanted to shake it up, keep doing it. So here's what we're doing. Game of Factions is going to be a year-long type thing now. There's going to be 2 Game of Factions matches like once every few months throughout the year. So the first set of matches is going to air today. Then we're going to have some more matches that air during the summer, and then more in the fall. So it's like a spring, summer, fall situation. And then we have the winter one in December. So what's going to happen is 2 matches will be played in the spring. You'll see those later today. 2 matches in the summer and 2 matches in the fall. The points that you earn will be earned like normal. So if the Phoenix Club comes in first in a match, they get 3 points. Video Store comes in second, they get 2. And then the third place person gets 1 point. Fourth place, 0 points. That all stays the same. Except it's going to be played out over the course of the few months, like I said. Then what's going to happen is at the end of the year, when we go into the final Game of Factions event, the way that it always is, the 6 matches, the 2 50-50s, the 2 melee, the 2 fandom, those will all happen the way that they normally do. Except now, the factions will be able to take the points that they earned throughout the year and put them towards those matches. At the start of the match, it'll be part of their score. So for example, let's just say the Rogue Nation wins all 6 Game of Factions matches. So that would be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 points is the max. They'd have 18 points. And they would be able to take those 18 points and spread them across their starting scores of all matches. So let's say they're really nervous about the melee teams match for some reason. Melee teams they're nervous about. They can put up to 5 points to start the match with 5 points. They would let the admin in charge of that match know right before game time, we're using 5 of our points for this match. 5 of our 18 points. And then they can spread those out however they want across all of the matches. So how you do throughout the season impacts the event at the end of the year. That's basically how it's working. And then there's a new prize as well. So last year, we did a prize that I think in concept was a fun idea, but it didn't really work out. And that was the whoever wins Game of Factions gets to put a player of their choice into the free-for-all in the bottom, I think we said 10 or 15 spot. I don't remember exactly what the number was, but both of the people that won were actually the people that were put in. So Scully was the one that was put in, and he won the Fandom one in 2022. And then Holtzman was the one put in for Melee Warzone at the time, and he won the Warzone one in 2022. So it kind of proved that prize wasn't the best idea. So the prize that we are giving the Video Store, because they did win Game of Factions 2022, they still get a prize. They helped kind of shape this as well. So thank you to Mike and Nazario, and then the rest of the admins, Koho, Boatman, Nick, Cody. We all kind of talked about it. And what we came up with was that for the first 2 matches of the 6 throughout the year, the winning faction gets to pick what those matches are. And then they also get to pick one person from each faction to not play in that match. So I don't want to spoil what you're going to see later, but you'll be able to basically figure it out. The first two matches are Fandom singles and Melee singles. And so Nazario and Mike, as the managers of the video store, got to pick who they didn't want from the other three factions to show up in those matches. They could not pick the same person for each one. So like if they decided to say that Brittany couldn't play in Fandom singles, they also wouldn't be able to say Fandom teams and Brittany can't play there. That's not how it works. Brittany would have been able to. Melee singles was picked, so that's a moot point, but you get the idea. All other rules still apply though throughout the year. So people can't play in more than 2 matches. And there needs to be no, that's the only thing. I don't know where I was going with that. It's just that's the thing is people can't play in more than 2 matches. But that was the new prize. So Mike and Nazario got to pick what the 2 matches were. They picked Melee singles and Fandom singles, and they got to pick one person from each faction to not play in each of those 2 matches. Now the other 4 that are going to happen, so both teams matches for Melee and Fandom, and both 50-50s. The way that will be picked, it will be by the admins will decide kind of which one goes where, honestly, based on just like busyness, frankly. And that will probably save the singles, the remaining singles match, the 50-50 for the end of the year when we're busier and there's more. It's harder to do a teams match, frankly, with that many people. So with the calls and everything. So we'll probably do 2 teams matches during the summer and then a singles and a teams at the end. But we'll figure that out later. But that's kind of the breakdown. It's not super complicated, but I also understand that things are new and that things I might have missed something. This is very off the cuff. I'm streaming this live and then I'm going to re-upload it. So I understand that it's very quick and I might have forgotten something or I might not have explained something super well. So if you have a question, please message me or Cody or Nick or Boatman or Koho, and they'll point you to the right person or answer the question if they can. Or comment on the video. If you have questions here, you can ask me here. Definitely whatever you guys have, we will try to answer them. But again, most of you probably already know everything from your managers and your factions. If you're not in a faction, this doesn't apply to you super well, but I think you guys all get the idea. If you don't, like I said, let me know. Thank you guys for watching and be on the lookout later today for the first Game of Factions video. I'm very excited. It's a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun shooting it, so it's going to be great. We'll see you guys very soon. Have a good night.